First thing is start with your hydrated skin. I think I already told you that. I don't know if you're listening, but start with hydrated skin. Use some unscented lotion. It's not that hard to find anymore, especially if you use the Yuka app. You can find good lotions that don't have a lot of scents. Unscented lotion on first because you don't want a scented lotion. Again, I go back to my mom. My mom always used Jergens. She was a Jergens girl and then the Jean Naté. And honestly, the two fragrances would kind of fight each other a little bit. So you want to be careful and make sure you hydrate your skin because your hydrated skin will hold the fragrance better. The next thing you want to do is apply it to your pulse points. So anywhere that you know, that you've seen, that you can feel, there's pulse points in your body. That's where you want to apply. So apply it up here around your neck. You want to apply it around behind your ears where you have pulse points. You want to apply it in your inner elbows where you have pulse points. Think of all the places where people have taken your pulse over the years and apply it there. You want to layer your fragrance. So you want to kind of match, if possible, and I know a lot of perfumes come in sets, so I know it's possible. But it's interesting to match, like I use, my signature perfume is Issey de Miyake, and I love Issey de Miyake. And when I can, I buy the set. So I buy the soap, the hydrating lotion, and the perfume so that it's layered throughout my get ready time. I'm layering my perfume. The other thing I would tell you is, and maybe you know people like this, don't overdo it. Perfume should be subtle. It should be something that you can smell. It should be something that others can smell if they get close to you. It shouldn't be something that competes with the smell of your hairspray, the smell of your lotion, the smell of your shampoo, the smell of some of the other things that you put on your body. So it should be something you don't overdo, and I always worry, and I don't know if this happens to you, we have a great little cafe down here on Marco Island called Ori's, and I walked in one day, and I think it was maybe around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna grab a coffee and then keep going. So I walk in, I showered at maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, so my perfume went on maybe at 8:15 in the morning, and I walked in, and the person behind the counter said, "Wow, what perfume are you wearing?" I thought to myself, oh shit. Do I have a lot of perfume on? And I said to them, is it overwhelming? No, it smells great. But honestly, it made me pause and wonder, did I put too much on? And that was back when I think I was not only putting it on my wrist and walking through it in a mist and having it on my clothes, it was before I really got intentional about where I was putting it. So don't overdo it. And you know when you overdo it, so just don't overdo it. It's important to store your perfume properly, and I never really thought about this. When I was growing up, I had, we had a shared bathroom. We had one bathroom, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom in our house, and my mom and I had this one little window. So it was actually a window, and I would put my perfumes on one side, and she would have her Jean Naté on the other side. And that meant direct light was coming in. It was in the heat all day, every day. And that will actually chemically change the way the perfume's gonna smell. It's gonna change how it smells on you. A lot of us leave our perfumes out on countertops or in the bathroom on countertops, or, I know if you look at my sink, to the right of my sink, let's see, I have my Issey de Miyake. At night after the shower, for some reason, I love a good Joe Malone, and when I sleep, I don't know, I just spray a little Joe Malone on me, and I love the way it smells. Sometimes if I'm being really active, I use this Dolce & Gabbana light blue. Why? Because it's not my signature, but it's more sporty, maybe, I feel. Recently, because I have been using the Yuka app and I am trying to get better about chemicals, I found this stuff called Salt and Stone, right? So next to the right side of my sink in the bathroom, on the counter, you'll see all these things. I did run into trouble one time. I don't know if this ever happened to you, but I was at the airport, I went through security, in my carry-on, realized I didn't have any perfume for the weekend and I was going away. So I stopped and bought this Yves Saint Laurent. I don't even know what it's called, but I bought it. I thought it smelled good. I got to my destination, and as you can see, it's still pretty full. Doesn't smell very good on me, but I have it. And it sits to the right on my counter. The best place to store your perfumes is really in a drawer, oddly enough. I mean, they make these beautiful bottles, so we want to store them. We want to have them out. But really, the best place to store it is in a drawer. The last thing I would tell you, the eighth thing I would tell you about perfumes is the right distance. I know it's good sometimes for me to go in tight and go into my pulse points tight. Really, it's 6 to 8 inches. You want to spray your perfume 6 to 8 inches away from you, aiming at those pulse points for the longest lasting perfume smells. I don't use perfume probably more than one time a day. So I don't reapply it, but sometimes if we're going out to dinner and I showered in the morning and I'm just freshen up, you know, I'm doing kind of what we do, you schuzz your hair and then head out the door. Sometimes I'll give an extra squirt just to freshen it up. Always the same perfume though, because again, you don't want the chemicals to go back and forth.